going forward, I want to ask the cards if they can tell us what's going on with the Orange Menace today. So what's happening in the life of the Orange Menace? Now, we saw that he was just all up in arms because of a painting they put up in Colorado. And it looks just like him. But yeah, no, it wasn't enhanced. It wasn't made to look something other than what he actually looks like. I think they should replace it with one of him absolutely balding. But anyway, be that as it may, let's see if the cards are going to tell us what's happening with the Orange Menace today. What's going on in the world of the Orange Menace? So we're going to pull the cards real quick first, and then we'll look at them together and just see if we can figure out what they're telling us today about the Orange Menace. What is this bozo up to today? Unbelievable. I don't like that portrait. God, he's such an idiot. So what is he up to today? What's going on in his mental framework? It may come down to a point of Article 25. Now, I think if they did an Article 25 vote without having to give their names and stuff, I think they'd take him out. It's about manipulation underneath of it all. Isn't that always what it's about with this guy? Some sort of manipulation that he's into. So let's see what it is today. The abuse of power, wanting to control, the mental drama that he's putting out, okay? His mental drama of abuse, control, having to do with what? Something new coming in, evidence new when it comes to financial, could be the financial things, but the daily happenings of abuse and control, and people feeling loss. So that's what the reading's about. His manipulation of control with something new coming in when it comes to people's losses. The energy coming into it is the light is being shed. So what is it revealing? Yes, the long arm of the law. The divine feminine and truth. And, she is not going to back down until she sees what? Him going. Okay. Now he's trying to distance himself from the long, from the long arm of the law as well. This is the card of distancing. I also see this one as, people just leaving the physicality of form. Sometimes I see that with this card. But he is, again, trying to walk away from the losses and the things, the long arm of the law, new trial, new things coming out in the courts when it comes to, there it is, in the courts, justice. So more is coming out in the realm of justice today. More truth, I just saw that, the sword of truth. Wanting to balance the scales. The light about his abuse of power. Wanting and seeking something better, not liking what's coming and seeking relief from the courts when it comes to his desires, the things he's pushing, okay? People want to see this walked away from. They want to see this coming to resolutions. So the challenge is, some of his things that he's doing in conjunction with overseas. This is my card for, Putin and the things that this guy, actions he's taking when it comes to a message about an action, not liking the actions and the burden that he is putting on people, okay? So more is going to come out in the courts today. So what's he going to lose on today? Loser boy. But let's see, potential outcome, overturning, hanging things upside down, stalling. When it comes to strengthening, okay, message about the action to strengthen. When it comes to the theft, the things he's trying to get away with. So this is his mental, this is the mental realm. Okay, the mental realm. So again, he's trying in the courts to skew the courts with some kind of fakaka thing that they're trying to put out there, and the court is not buying it for one iota of 1 second. So the extra information is about the message coming out, more information that's going to be talked about, message. When it comes to, oh yes, the White House, when it comes to his actions and his trying to line the coffers again, as usual, okay? So let's see, foundation, losses, having to walk away when it comes to some of his desires, the burden of the fakaka ideologies trying to put out there again when it comes to always lining the coffers and the things he's doing. So just about his deceits, his lies, the things he's trying to get away with, the courts are not buying it at all today. The center of it, something new coming up when it comes to the long arm of the law, not liking what's coming down. The message about the action is strengthening things when it comes to what the White House is attempting to do. So we have the abuse of power, the light being shed by justice, going forward to overturn things, and that's the message that is going to come out today, the message of truth. So the center of it, looking for relief. The light is being shed on the burden, having to walk away from some of the things he's been implementing. The long arm of the law is about the message, about actions that they're taking. When it comes to the long arm of the law, his abuse of power, they're looking at what he's trying to push out there, the losses that he's facing when it comes to justice. Again, something new is coming up when they're looking for relief. And as far as the message about action, is wanting something better that's going to be strengthened. His desires are going to be overturned more and more again with moving forward, and the burden, the law is putting out an action about his attempted theft, okay? His attempted drama. In other words, his bullshit is not going to fly in the courts today. They're out there trying to spread fertilizer, and it's not going to happen, okay? The courts are saying today they're going to overturn things with him again today. He's facing more losses in the courts today, and so it's not looking well for the Orange Menace. So I'm going to, pull the other read here real quick and say, so how is this impacting the Orange Menace today? We see his lawyers in the courts today are going to face loss after loss after loss, overturning things. The courts are not playing, they're not having it, and his BS flying monkey brigade is it's not going to fly, okay? Not going to fly. So let's see, how's this impacting the Orange Menace? Well, it's about things that are charging forward. Can he control that chariot? I don't think so. But let's see what it has. It's about a victory. Okay, a victory charging forward when it comes to overturning. Okay, hanging up. All three major arcana. Okay, so this is moving forward to a victory of overturning his BS. So let's see what we have here. Yeah, the abuse of power. Victory when it comes to the abuse of power, moving, when it comes to the things he's been implementing across overseas. And a new action is in place at the foundation. Above it, we have his lies again, his attempts to get away with this. Abuse of power. They've got the evidence in hand, okay? And there is a coming together with a new action. They've got the evidence in hand when it comes to the movements he's been making, and it's going to be overturned, okay? When it comes to his abuse of power, his theft, trying to get away with it, there will be a victory. We have this, his desires that he's pushing, looking for relief. Above it, again, we have the justice, and we have being out in the cold, okay? We have out in the cold. So out in the cold. So it's not looking good for the Orange Menace today when it comes to him trying to implement his control, okay, and push it. The courts are going to stand firm against him and say, no way, Jose, you know, you need to go back because we're not playing that today. So it doesn't look like it's going to go well for the Orange Menace today in his world. He's going to face more, what's that word, losses? More losses coming up, overturning the drama that he's trying to get away with, trying to pull when it comes to abusing his power. Okay, now we have his little flying monkey with the blonde hair out there saying, well, these lower level judges have no control over the executive. He is the head. Well, she doesn't know what the heck she's talking about. Okay, that's why we have the separation of powers. Okay, he does have to abide by the court rulings, and if he doesn't, he can face an Article 25. Okay, they can absolutely vote him out, say he's not fit. He's not fit to carry on the duties of the president. So let's see what happens, but according to the cards today, the tarot, it's saying that he is facing a day of losses. Okay, so loser boy. He keeps putting this stuff out there, and again, loss after loss after loss after loss after loss. That's what I said. He's going to get in there. He's not going to be there long, and give him enough rope to hang himself, and it will be such a kerfuffle of craziness in there, nothing's going to get done, okay? He's going to continue to put these things out. And the only thing they're getting done is some of the deportations, but this is being pushed back on heavily now. And again, the stuff they're doing with Doge, they said you cannot go into the Social Security records. And again, big pushback on every level when it comes to the Orange Menace and his attempting to overthrow democracy.